Welcome to Sugar Coated Murder Podcast, a brilliant true crime podcast hosted by two zany sisters, all while baking up delicious treats in their kitchen. Here are your podcast hosts, Karen Devaney and Ann Varner.
Hello, Ann Varner.
Hello, Karen Devaney.
Welcome to Sugar Coated Murder Podcast in your kitchen.
Welcome to my kitchen.
Finally.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute. Yeah, we've both been sick. We've been battling this crappy crud.
Ugh.
And it's, it's kicking my butt still. I don't understand. It's been almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's still with me, and I don't understand how the body can continue to manufacture the things that it does.
I often wonder that myself.
I am.
Where is it all coming from?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
No.
There's not enough, even in this body, not enough room for all the storage.
No, it's ridiculous.
Yes, so I'm going to preface this whole episode. Okay, we did have a shot of bourbon,
We
guys.
did. We tried a new bourbon because we're just trying some.
We're just trying some.
And
it was
I'm trying
okay.
to go.
I didn't love it, but I didn't want to go to waste either.
Yeah,
So
I'm trying to go with. I like a good bourbon, but I don't want to spend $50 or $60 on a bottle of bourbon if I don't know if I'm going to like it.
I know.
So I'm trying to find some of the nicer bottles.
I wish somebody would do a bourbon tasting for us.
Oh.
Would just really be
come
helpful.
Come over and do a bourbon.
Yeah.
Like a flight of bourbon. Please.
Let's do a flight of bourbon.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to try really hard not to cough, sniffle, sneeze, or clear my throat. But I'm going to tell you it's going to be nearly impossible.
That's going to be rough.
Because it's rough. The only other thing I can think of is to shove a tissue up my nose while I'm talking.
Well, please don't do that.
I'm not beyond that.
Get the giggles.
I know, but I'm not beyond it. I'm just
because in addition to the bourbon, we've also made ourselves a delightful drink that I like to call what I think Kenny Chesney's chest.
I thought you were going to say his testicles.
Chest. No.
Oh my God.
Chest must taste like. Smell like.
Jesus,
Smell like.
worse.
What in the world?
I don't know what's happening, Mama. She's a dirty bird.
No.
No, this definitely was a good drink to follow up that bourbon with because it's very tropical, very limey, coconutty.
Yeah, and we're at the end.
Pineapple-y.
We're at the end of summer.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta enjoy it while we can.
I agree. So anyway, there I go already sniffling.
It's okay. I have misplaced my recipe, so you'll have to just please hold the conversation. Dear. Well, I'll tell you what I'm making.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'd like to know.
Yeah.
I kind of have an inkling.
I am making. Oh God, what do we call them?
What do we call them?
I don't think we've ever named them, but they're kind of like our signature.
It's our signature cupcake.
What anybody in our family who
I would call it a tuxedo cupcake.
Would you?
No, I actually wouldn't.
We'll come up with something even better.
Angel cream cupcake.
That's so weird. I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to give it some thought.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, it's our basic chocolate cupcake recipe, which is a no-fail.
No-fail. If you ever want a no-fail chocolate cupcake recipe, it's not great as a cake, but I got to tell you, as a cupcake, it is no-fail.
Fantastic. Always nice and moist, and no eggs, which is great if you've got a kid that can't have eggs. Right.
Yeah.
And it's just your
so basic.
Yeah, it's your flour, your sugar. But your agent, what's it called?
Leavening agent?
Yes.
Woo,
is going to be, this is the recipe that calls for vinegar in it.
Yes.
You don't taste the vinegar, trust us, but
no.
Delicious.
That's what makes it so light, though.
So we bake up those delicious little cupcakes, and then guess what we do? We fill them with cream, like a Hostess cupcake. Right. It's an angel cream.
Yes, that's what we call it.
And that's the one I can't remember what's in. I know it's marshmallow fluff.
It's marshmallow fluff. It's got
powdered sugar, maybe.
Powdered sugar, a little bit of vanilla, and it's got that just a little bit of salt that's dissolved in the hot water.
Right. And you run that through your mixer until it's light and fluffy, and then by golly, once those cupcakes come out, you shove some of that cream right into there.
You just shove it right up in there.
Now, what I do, because I don't have one of those fancy take the middle out of your cupcake thingadoos, I just take my wooden spoon and I poke it down so there's a hole. And we're going to top these lovely cupcakes off by dipping them in chocolate ganache, the top.
Which is so gorgeous.
So then you can't see the hole at all.
No, and then where there's that dip, you just fill it up with a little kiss of that cream. And it just is I can't wait for you guys to see the picture when they are done, because they are so gorgeous. They're shiny. They've got this little dollop of white cream.
Yes,
they're this rich dark chocolate, and they're just gorgeous.
Oh, shortening. That's what we're
shortening.
That angel fluff, because it's not going to be any good without some sort of shortening.
It's got to have shortening. So Mama's little baby likes shortening.
The cream filling does have shortening in it, but I mean,
just
it's only half a cup. It's not that much.
No.
Trust us. When you taste these cupcakes, your eyes are going to cross. They're so flipping good.
They are good, and I'm telling you, they're just gorgeous.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
So, to save time tonight, because, we don't have all that much time, I went ahead and made the cupcakes.
And it smells delightful.
I'm just going to do the cream filling and the ganache. Ganache is very, very, very easy. I know it seems like it would be
sounds fancy. It sounds intimidating.
But you're just going to take heavy cream or whipping cream or whatever you have. It's got to be a heavy cream, though.
It's got to be heavy.
It can't just be milk. And you're going to bring it to a boil on your stovetop.
A very light boil.
Light boil. You don't want to singe it because then it's nasty. Once it gets good and hot, you're going to dump your chocolate chips in there, take it off the heat, and just stir until it's smooth.
Yeah.
Your ratio is going to be, so if I have 12 ounces of heavy cream, 12 ounces of chocolate chip.
Yeah.
So you got to do your ratio right in order for it to get the right consistency, because you don't want it to be really, really runny.
You don't want it to be runny or grainy,
right.
and you want it to get shiny.
Right.
And that's what that cream helps it do, is get that shine on it. It's just gorgeous.
So once you've got that all together, you take that cupcake and dip the top of it in and let it cool a little bit, and then just before you're getting ready to serve them, top it with that little kiss of cream filling.
It's just so good, guys.
And
y'all are gonna
rave about them.
Rave. Yes. It is our most requested recipe.
It is indeed. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be making some cream filling.
That's exciting.
And some ganache.
And I like it. I really like it.
Yeah. What are you going to be doing while I'm doing all this work in the kitchen?
I know. Well, I figured maybe I'll just talk about a murder.
Yeah. And drink.
And I'm going to drink, which I've already been doing, because I've already tried to put my hair up twice, but I didn't bring anything to put my hair up with, because I already am sweating on the back of my neck because I'm drinking alcohol. It's okay.
No. Do I need to find something for you?
No. I'm going to tough it out.
All right. Well, I think I've got some super glue somewhere. We can always
glue it up.
Glue it up.
It sounds like a great plan.
Another drink or two, we'll be ready.
Oh, yeah. I'll be gluing that shit all over the place. All right. So I am going to talk about a murder. Right. And this murder takes place down in Texas.
Down in Texas.
Down in Texas. So the first thing I'm going to do is talk about this lady. I want to call her a girl because she's 24, but she's a lady.
She's a lady.
So her name is Brittany Cosby. And at the time, she is living with her great-grandmother, Annie.
Aw, Annie.
I know. Near Houston, outside of Houston, trying to make her way in life. She works as a barista at Starbucks.
Nice.
Trying to just proceed forward. You're in your 20s, and you're just trying to figure out life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very confusing in your 20s. It doesn't get much better when you're in your 50s, but...
No, it doesn't. But, when you're in your early 20s, mid-20s, it's all... you're just trying to make it. You're just trying to make ends meet. So, and that's what she's doing. She's just trying to make ends meet. She had recently bought a Kia vehicle.
See, and a Kia.
Yeah, and it was her pride and joy, because she... through her tax money and her earnings that she had saved up, she was able to buy this used Kia herself.
Nice.
And it was just, she was so proud of it. And I can remember times like that, the first time I ever bought a car with my own money.
Yeah.
And it was really, it's huge. You just feel like huge. You're adulting.
I know.
You're adulting.
I actually, when I bought my first car, wouldn't let them... They wanted me to drive it off the lot before I signed the final paperwork. Mm-hmm. Like, they had a couple things to process, and I was like, no.
No.
They were like, no, for real, take it. It's yours. I was like, no.
No, it doesn't feel right. I feel like I'm stealing this.
They really had to talk me into it.
Yeah. So anyway, like I said, her pride and joy. She loved it. It was a big deal to her. It was a big deal. It was just a really huge symbol as a milestone in her life of kind of moving forward.
Right.
So she has a girlfriend, a life partner named Crystal Jackson. Crystal is the mother of a 5-year-old daughter, and she is Brittany's rock.
Aww.
Together, they're just trying to slay life and enjoy each other. Just get by. And because they're a couple, sometimes Crystal stays with Brittany at the great-grandmother's house.
Right.
She's raising this little 5-year-old on her own. There's no father in the picture, so her parents do help her with the raising of her child, and she does live with them full, like that's her main residence.
Right.
Is they live with her parents. So at Starbucks, Brittany is very popular amongst her coworkers. She found acceptance there in the group, even though she didn't always feel overly accepted in her family because of her gay lifestyle.
Right.
So this place was a place that she didn't feel like she had to struggle with that acceptance, which is nice. Crystal would often come hang out at Starbucks at the end of Brittany's shift or whatever because, she just liked being around Brittany. I don't blame her. I mean, it happens.
When you find your life partner, that's just the way
you just want to stare at them all the time.
Especially when you're in your 20s.
And their natural habitat. This group of friends, co-workers, kind of became Brittany and Crystal, really. It's like their family.
Right.
So she confided in her co-worker friends that now that she had finally purchased this car, that she could see them saving up enough money to get an apartment, and she and Crystal's daughter all living together.
Aww.
And that was her big goal for the moment. Brittany took a lot of pride in doing everything she could to provide for them.
Right.
She was like the provider because Crystal was a full-time mom.
Right.
Full-time.
Well, it takes a lot of time.
Of course it does, especially when you're doing it on your own.
Exactly.
So both women looked forward to being married to each other and raising Crystal's child, who Brittany at this point looked at her as her own.
Aww.
She was very involved in her life and just adored her.
Right.
Unfortunately, both women are found dead together next to a dumpster. Yes, in March of 2014.
Rude.
Very rude. It is highly unfortunate.
Wow.
So they're next to each other at this dumpster between a food mart and an abandoned hotel.
Oh, God.
Creepy. Very creepy. And this hotel is on Port Bolivar, Texas.
Bolivar?
Bolivar.
Okay.
So it's kind of a remote area. It's definitely a coastal kind of town, which is the kind of coastal town that in the summer it's bustling with people, but then in the off months it's desolate.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. And this was during those this was March. This was kind of in an off month.
Right.
So it looked like Brittany had been beaten to death and Crystal had been shot in the head.
Oh my gosh.
And then the two women were literally just discarded like trash. There was lots of debris found around them. There were 2 sets of drag marks leading to the bodies.
Oh.
So they could see where they were drugged from somewhere else.
Right, maybe it didn't happen there, but...
Yep. There was some blood at the scene, but not very much. And Brittany's head was wrapped up in a sheet.
Oh my.
There were some bloody boards found near the bodies that had blood spatter on it. And also, like, more than blood spatter, like as if it had been used to strike somebody.
Oh, okay.
So they thought, well, maybe this is the murder weapon for Brittany. Investigators had a lot of questions. How did they get there? It's desolate. You have to take a ferry to get to this place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Where did they die? If they didn't die here, where did they die? Like, how did they get here? Where was the original point of the murder or the attack? Was there more than one attacker? Because there are 2 different methods of killing. There's one was bludgeoned to death, one was shot in the head.
Right.
And then the next question really was, were they targeted or was it a random killing? Could they have been targeted for their lifestyle?
Maybe.
For the color of their skin?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Let's find out.
Let's find out. Let's keep reading. Let's keep going. Reading my awesome notes that were scribbled like from here and everywhere. Like it looks like somebody was moving the page, but it wasn't. It was just me scribbling notes.
Well, there you go.
So when the police went to Brittany's great-grandmother's house to deliver the tragic news of Brittany's death, Brittany's dad was there at the house. Police felt like the dad was acting a little strange. Mm-hmm. They also noticed some potential evidence, like there was blood on the sidewalk. that somebody had laid some bricks over top of haphazardly. Don't look over here under these bricks. And there was some blood smear in the entrance to the home. So, but, I mean, sometimes that happens, right?
You get a smear of blood.
You get a smear. Sometimes a smear happens.
Right.
You don't know. So Brittany's dad at the time was also living at the house. And he had recently gotten out of prison. So he did a 10-year prison stint for sexual assault of a woman. 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Then he got out and then failed to register as a sex offender and went back for 2 more years.
Oh, no.
And now he's just gotten back.
Oh, maybe he found Jesus.
I sure hope so.
That'd be great.
Wouldn't it be? Wouldn't it be great?
Yeah.
Okay. So the investigators uncovered some contention in the house between Brittany and her dad. Her dad's name is James. And James did not like her being gay and made a lot of disparaging remarks about her being gay. Like, don't throw that gay shit around here.
Oh, what?
I don't know. I don't even know how you throw gay shit, but whatever. But that's the kind of stuff he would say. He didn't like it. Evidently, he had converted to a different religion in prison and became ultra focused on this religion that had a lot of really strong views about the homosexual lifestyle. And he was very much opposed to it.
I understand.
Yeah, evidently.
Evidently.
That's all I can say. Also, there was some jealousy over Brittany's newly purchased vehicle.
What?
Yeah, so he wanted to drive it. She was like, nope. I mean, that's her car. She worked so hard for it. She's not going to just give the keys to anybody.
Well, plus, what kind of relationship could she possibly have had with the man
who's been in prison for really 12
years in prison?
Exactly. There was also some contention because, like, Brittany and Crystal would come home with Crystal's baby, 5-year-old, and they'd order a pizza, or they would bring pizza home and they would eat pizza for dinner, and he'd be pissed off because he was like, I wish I could order pizza. I'm just here eating bologna sandwiches. And Brittany would say, go get a job. And then it was a point of contention.
Okay.
So they kind of butted heads a little bit, in the house, which made it a little contentious. And also, when he came home from prison that second time, the 2 ladies had moved into his bedroom.
Oh.
And he was sleeping on the couch.
Oh.
Yeah. So he had a real problem with that. He felt like he had been pushed out. But it was the great-grandmother's house. She's the one making the rules.
Right.
So, whatever. Annie, she knows her deal. And plus, Brittany was helping take care of her 92-year-old great-grandmother and was helping to provide some money for bills.
Right.
I don't think James was doing any of that. He was just eating some bologna sandwiches and taking up space. But could a dad really murder his adult daughter just for being gay?
I mean, maybe.
Well, a night or two after they were found, there was a vigil held for the 2 ladies because the co-workers at Starbucks really wanted to do something to honor them. They were devastated. And so they held this candlelight vigil for the murdered couple. And the dad was there, but he was acting a little bit strange. Just really strange, kind of aggressive.
Because he couldn't afford the coffee?
Well, probably, my guess is he was walking around mad because he didn't get any pizza. So, anyway, evidently, yes, a father will murder his child just for being gay.
Oh, no.
So, when evidence comes back from the scene that's processed out at the abandoned hotel by the dumpster, those white boards with blood on it were actually, the blood is Brittany's blood.
Uh-huh.
And her dad left a thumbprint on one of those boards.
Oh, no.
And it turns out when they searched the house that those boards actually were part of a shutter that was missing off the house. And, of course, James was like, I don't know what happened to that shutter. I don't know. Now they're trying to figure out, okay, how do we tie James Cosby to the scene of the crime, which is obviously they feel like it's the house. Okay. Because they do find in his bedroom that she had been sleeping in.
Right.
They find loads of blood.
Oh, no.
There's blood spatter everywhere.
Oh, no.
And there is a huge hunk of carpet missing where there was blood, and there's blood seeped into the floor. Like, it's not okay. There was blood on the bed.
One hunk of carpet and
there was blood on the bed. There was blood everywhere. He's just not good at cleaning up.
No.
He didn't.
I'm going to take this piece of carpet because it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave the blood spatter.
I guess he didn't want to walk through it.
Oh, I see.
I mean, whatever. Right. I mean, he didn't want to walk through it. Now, what they figure out as well as there's not just a shutter missing from the house, but also the day that these two women were killed, Crystal's little girl, the 5-year-old little girl, was waiting in the car to go get dropped off at school when the attack happened. Mm-mm. She was in the car.
Wow.
In the flipping car. I watched a child psychologist interview with this little girl. It was amazing. These child psychologists are so amazing at putting these kids at ease. And then the truth just spills out. They just spill out. So the little girl said that she and her mom were waiting for Brittany in the car because they were running late and they needed to get her to school.
Right.
And they were waiting and waiting. And finally the mom said, stay here, I'll go get Brittany.
Oh.
And when her mom goes in, she said, all of a sudden I heard a pow.
Uh-oh.
And she said, so the child psychologist said, who was in the house with you that morning? She called James Brittany's brother. Oh. She got confused a little bit.
Right.
And she was like, well, Brittany's brother was there with us, but I don't know that boy's name. And so when the psychologist said, well, was he big like me or little like you? She's like, oh, he was way tall.
Oh.
So it was the dad, but he's very young looking.
Right.
So, and it's probably very confusing because it's not like he and Brittany had a dad-daughter relationship. Right. I can understand the confusion. So anyway, she said she hears a pow. And at some point, she gets dropped off at school. And the only thing I can surmise is that he must have gone and gotten in the car and driven that kid to school and dropped her off. She had a field trip that day.
Right.
And then went back and took care of the bodies.
Oh, my God.
So he loaded the bodies.
It wasn't Annie.
No, it was not Annie. She's wheelchair bound.
92-year-old.
But my thing is, Annie had to have been in that house when it happened because she is literally housebound.
But is she able to communicate?
She can communicate.
Okay.
Mm-hmm, but I don't remember anybody asking her. I mean, the only thing that she said was, I don't remember them ever really arguing.
Oh, no.
You know, Annie, you know how grandmas are. They just like overlook everything.
Yeah. Well, and she may have been watching her program on TV and just didn't hear.
Or she could have still been asleep.
Or she
because it was in the.
Maybe she couldn't hear well.
Yeah.
Maybe her hearing aid batteries had gone.
Oh, my God. Probably so. So anyway, I didn't see anywhere that they interviewed her extensively at all. Mm. But I don't think that they needed to.
No, it doesn't sound like they needed her statement.
No.
I put her through it.
He went back to dispose of the bodies, but the bodies evidently sat in the back of the Kia for the day, even though he drove it around, because he didn't dispose of the bodies, they don't think, until nighttime when it was nightfall.
Oh, right.
And they were killed in the morning.
So they just hung out in the back of the Kia.
Yeah, why not? Mm-hmm. Nice. So what probably happened was he was beating the crap out of Brittany. And when Crystal went in to check on it, he must have had a gun and shot her in the head.
Jeez.
That's the only thing. I mean, she was shot in the temple. So she must have walked in on him. But my thing is, he's beating the hell out of Crystal. Brittany, why isn't he just shooting her if he's got a gun?
Right.
It's rage. It's pure rage. He had a lot of rage problems. Brittany's mother came out and said he did this because she was gay. He didn't like her being gay. He talked about it all the time. And as far as I'm concerned, he's a monster. He should be locked away. I'd like for him to get the chair. I'd like for him to suffer.
Oh, okay. Did he?
He didn't get the chair.
Oh.
Anyway, he went and disposed of the bodies that night back out at that dumpster. And then he drove Brittany's car to a remote dump site and cleaned out the car.
Oh.
Like with all their stuff. Like when he's dragging them out, like all their crap is coming out. So there's like a shoe. There's like random, like a comb. There's like random stuff, but it all had come from her car.
Right.
I mean, he's just an idiot.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, he's an idiot. He left the bodies behind, in the trash next to the bin. I guess he couldn't lift them because he's weak. I don't know. He's got no excuses in my book. So then he drove the Kia back to the mainland and left it in a parking lot across from a strip club and then called for a ride home.
Oh. Well, at least he didn't go into the strip club after.
Well, we don't know.
Oh, right.
We don't know. We just know that he called his girlfriend for a ride home from the strip club. So he could have gone in and just like had a lap dance or two. I don't know. But with what money? The man's only eating bologna sandwiches.
Bologna.
Shit, let me have another drink. It's bologna sandwiches.
Is that on white bread?
Duh. He's finally arrested, and 2 years later, he goes to trial where he is convicted of capital double homicide, and he gets life without parole.
Oh, good.
He's an asshole.
He is.
And I just can't imagine. I mean, obviously he didn't have a close relationship with his daughter because he spent all that time, her formative years, he's spending in jail.
Right.
So she's obviously not very close to him. And her mother had separated from him early in their relationship because he had violent tendencies towards women. He was very aggressive with women.
Right.
So I don't think that Brittany had much of a relationship with him anyway.
Right.
I'm just sorry that it was her and Crystal that lost her life and not him somehow.
Right.
Because, he would have been the better choice.
Perhaps. Yeah.
Perhaps. Because he just doesn't seem like to be a very nice man.
Doesn't seem like it. But he'll have this day with Jesus. And that's not going to go very well for him.
I don't think it is.
Until then, I encourage anybody that goes to visit him
to take a bologna sandwich.
Pizza.
Oh,
he wants pizza. He's not going to want the bologna sandwich.
No, I want to take him the bologna sandwich, but eat the pizza as he's eating his bologna sandwich.
Oh, no.
Just to bring back some memories.
Don't take anything to him. He can eat whatever they're serving up at ye old prison.
Which I think is Bononi sandwiches.
Bononi sandwiches.
It's Bononi Sammy's. It's new on the menu. Yeah, so that is the very tragic case of Brittany Cosby and Crystal Jackson, both 24 years old, on the cusp of their life. And were taken away because Brittany's dad was an asshole.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Pretty much. And that sucks because she was working so hard to make it, and she really wanted for them to be a family. She wanted to raise that child, the two of them together, and they really were trying to make it, against all odds.
Right.
God bless them both. Rest in peace, because he took them away way too early.
What a jerk.
Jerk. You big jerk.
Yep.
Hey, the jerk store called. They're all out of you. Oh, gosh.
Oh, no.
Sorry, I coughed. But it was long overdue.
So, I've stuffed the cupcakes.
I know.
And some of them, it's funny because it's really kind of hard to tell how full it is. When you take the bag and you squeeze the fluff in, the cupcake will actually kind of
expand,
bulge a little bit.
Yeah.
And then sometimes
is that a bulge in your cupcake, or are you just happy to see me?
Exactly. So in the picture, you might see a couple that are over bulged.
But that's everybody's favorite.
I know.
They don't look pretty, but they always go for those first because they know it's got extra cream in it.
Yeah. So I'm going to let them sit for a little bit and then dip them in the ganache.
Oh, I can't wait.
The ganache.
The ganache.
The ganache.
The ganache.
And in the meantime, I'll talk to you about a murder. I didn't come up with it.
You didn't come up with this murder on your own?
Murder, but
can we just pause, though? Because I have the sniffles.
Oh, right. You need to take care of your sinus issue.
Yeah, I need to.
Please do.
I need to.
Because it's offensive.
De-mucus.
Oh, God.
Hold on.
Lucky me.
Yay. Okay, we're back. But first, I just want to say that the story that I just covered, I saw the original story on this show called True Life Crime on MTV that I am completely obsessed with. The guy on there, the reporter, is Domity, I think is how you say his name. I'm sure I'm screwing it up, so I hope he's not listening. But I think he is such a badass. And I love the way he covers these stories.
Yeah.
And I love the stories that he covers.
Right.
So I just want to say that's where I heard about this. But then I did my own research, it was more newspaper articles than anything. I found one court document that was an appeal that was denied. I couldn't find obituaries on either one of these girls, which really upset me. At first, I wasn't even going to do it because I didn't know enough about the victims. And you know how I like to really play up, who those victims were. But
right.
I took a nap and woke up and said, is that really fair?
Right.
Because they don't have an obituary, they don't get their story told.
Yeah.
If y'all are interested in watching a really good true crime show, that's a good one. True Life Crime on MTV.
There you go.
All right. And now it's you. It's all
you.
Yeah. It's all you, Sugar.
It's all me.
It's all you.
Yeah. I did not find mine on a TV show, but as I researched, I did see that there are TV shows that cover this case.
I'm sure there are.
You can do that. I found mine through Murderpedia.
Okay.
My old friends at Murderpedia.
My old friend, Murderpedia.
This happens in Grovetown, Georgia.
Grovetown. Does Grover live there?
No.
Oh, that's just weird. I would think that Grover would be from Grovetown.
No,
Damn
no
Grover.
Grover in
Damn
Grovetown.
Grover. Way to go.
On March 25th, 2009, Kay Parsons gets up, takes her son to school. Her husband, David, was retired military, and he was working as a contractor and at a job in California. So he was not home at the time.
Gracious.
But he called every day at the same time, and they talked.
So they had a routine.
They had a routine.
A schedule.
A schedule,
as such.
So she comes home, and the phone's ringing, and she goes to reach for the phone, and that's it.
And that's
She never answered. I will say she never answered.
Okay.
So late that same morning.
Seems like it was lights out.
Lights out. Night-night. Later that morning, a contractor who had been hired to fix a broken door at their house, at the Parsons house. Parsons, their last name is Parsons, so I don't want to mess that up.
Their last name is Parsons?
Parsons.
Okay, so it's
Parsons' house.
Yeah, Parsons'.
Yeah, I'm going to get that wrong a lot.
Just
so everybody knows. Prepare yourself.
Yeah.
For the Parsons'.
Sis.
Don't ask me to spell
Parsonages
that
No.
No. Anyway, a contractor had been scheduled to come and fix a door that was broken.
Okay.
He gets there and he notices some broken glass around the back door because nobody will answer at the front.
Well, and he's like, how many doors do I have to freaking fix around here?
Exactly.
What is this door situation?
So because nobody's answering and he sees the broken glass, he's like, I'm not going any further.
This looks a little suspicious.
Oh my God, you yawned.
I yawned. I'm so sorry. It's because I'm almost done with my drinky poo.
Oh. Oh, yeah, you are. You really don't space them out well, do you?
I don't do good with that.
I got to catch up.
I know.
The world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't go to sleep. You stay awake
so
while I do this. That's
so rude.
Oh my God.
I wasn't raised like that.
No, I'm doing a podcast.
Me too.
You can't stay awake for the damn podcast.
Me too.
Oh my God.
So
We're going to have
sleep
to
for your own recording.
Wake up, people.
I'm awake.
My God.
Come on. Wake up.
All right. So the contractor calls the police. Oh my goodness, I got cold tooth.
Oh dear.
The police get there and they go inside the house. And the house looks ransacked.
Oh no.
Right.
They would think that about my house today if they walked in, and it's not.
I think there are things like maybe chairs turned over.
I'm just saying there could be a chair turned over and I just didn't get around to turn it
right.
upside right.
There's a significant amount of blood on the floor.
Okay, that's where we leave each other.
And police they follow the blood trail to the garage where they find a barely breathing Kay Parsons. She had been badly beaten. Close to her body, police found a bloodied claw hammer and a bloodied baseball bat.
No way.
Kay is rushed to the hospital where she is put on life support. The police call her husband, David, and notify him of what happened. He immediately flies home from California, and on March 26th, Kay Parsons dies from her injuries.
Oh, no.
I know. Police began their investigation into this brutal murder, and they feel confident that her husband, David, is innocent because, it's hard to be in California and Georgia at the same time.
Unless you're a
shapeshifter.
But worlds apart.
Yeah. So they're pretty confident he didn't do it.
Okay.
They also talked to the contractor, and they're pretty certain he was not involved either. Okay, so he gets cleared. They process the blood at the scene, and they only find Kay's blood. They're not finding anybody else's blood.
Dang.
Right. That's not good. Usually, you want to find something else.
You do want to find something.
But they do question the neighbor. Her name is Becky Sears. Sears like Sears and Roebuck.
Oh, Sears.
I don't think they're related, though.
Oh, too bad.
Becky and Kay had been besties for a while, and Becky told police that the morning of the 25th, she had taken her son, Christopher, who was older, to a friend's house, and then come back home, picked up her younger children, and taken them to school. And she said that when she got home, her son Christopher had returned and told her that the house had been broken into. So she said her house had also been robbed.
Wow.
Oh my God, what happened? What happened?
Well, just tell me.
Well, okay, I'm going to tell you. Police question Christopher, and he corroborates.
Like Carrabba's.
Corroborates.
That's it.
Corroborates.
He agrees.
Exactly. They do check the home for signs of a burglary, and they find some blood. They send that blood out for processing.
Oh my God. I mean, you didn't even finish your drink.
God,
mine is gone.
Burning up hot now.
It's that bourbon. I'm telling you, it lit us up.
Whew, that's why it's a winter drink. Anywho, they send that blood out for processing and continue to investigate the murder. But something about Becky and Christopher's story isn't really adding up for them, mainly because there was nothing actually stolen from their house.
Oh.
Right. So they start asking around about the relationship between Becky and Kay. But turns out they were not besties.
Oh, no.
They hadn't been besties for a while. They had been.
Becky told a white lie.
They had been besties for a while.
But there was a falling out.
There was a falling out. Yes, there was a falling out. Let me tell you what happened.
I have a feeling I know. I'm just not going to say it.
Okay.
Because I think that my version is more like a Lifetime movie version.
Oh, I think you're right on track, though, because Becky and David had been having an affair.
Okay, that's not where I was going.
Oh, what were you going to say?
I was thinking that Kay and Christopher had been having an affair.
Gross! No!
Oh, sorry.
You're a dirty bird.
Or that Becky suspected that Christopher and...
No, Becky and David had an affair. It was long over.
Yeah, but can you imagine having to live next door to that piece of trash?
Not only that, but they worked in the same office.
No.
I know. It was bad.
That's
Poor Kay,
not okay.
Right?
That's not, Kay Parsons.
Yeah. But Kay didn't speak to Becky anymore. Their relationship was over. So police continue to question Becky and Christopher. 2 days after Kay's death, Becky calls 911 to report she'd been shot in the leg by a man demanding money in front of her office. She was taken to the hospital with a non-life-threatening... She was taken to the hospital.
Please give your dog drugs.
I was going to hope that you would hand that to him, please.
Here, Piper.
No, he's not Piper.
Dude.
Did you get it on the carpet? Because he won't come off the carpet.
Yes, I got it on the carpet. I know. The floor is
lava. All right. Anyway, police go to the hospital and they interview Becky. And they're like, something just is really not right.
You know what? They said, you're a clown.
You're a clown,
You're
lady.
just a clown.
You're a clown. It's obvious that her story isn't adding up. And eventually they take Becky and Christopher to the police station and put them in separate interview rooms for questioning. Right. And she even said, we're going to be questioned together, right? And they said, no.
You got to keep them separated.
At this point, they have blood from Becky's house among what it looks to be a staged burglary. They know that Becky and Kay were at odds. And they suspect that Becky had been involved in a staged robbery. They think this robbery was a fake. They've investigated Christopher's story and found that he didn't go to his friend's house like he said.
Christopher.
And they issued a search warrant and searched Christopher's house and his truck. And they found blood on the driver's side door of the truck and inside the truck. When all the blood samples come back, none of the blood belongs to Christopher or to Becky.
Oh.
The blood found at Becky's house and in and on Christopher's truck belonged to Kay.
What the heck? They're just throwing her blood all over the place.
They're putting it
They're just like sloshing it.
Pick up a Clorox wipe, for God's sake.
I know, but God. I don't even know what that was. But God. Sorry. It's the liquor talking. I wanted to say, or a paper towel, but it came out baga.
What a paper towel.
I don't either. Whatever.
But when police put a little bit of pressure on Becky, she folds. She's like,
She folds like a cheap card table.
Yeah, let me tell you what happened. She says that when she got home from dropping her kids off at school, she found Christopher in her house with blood on him. And when she asked what happened, he said, I beat the F out of her. He didn't say F. He used the whole word, but I can't because Mama's listening.
Mama.
You're cut off. You're so cut
Lord.
off.
Well, there's nothing to cut off. There's nothing left in my drink.
Stop sucking on the ice.
Oh, that's probably the problem.
Yeah. According to reports, an informant told police that he had been approached by Becky and asked if he could make someone disappear. She wanted to get rid of Kay so she and David could be together.
Oh my God. What a
clown.
She's a clown. She's nothing but a clown.
And David is not involved in this at all. He's like, lady, I'm back with my wife. I made a fatal mistake.
Listen, I boinked you. I'm over it. And now I'm back with my wife. So get on down the road,
drinking hard
clown.
that day. I don't know. Just, move on, lady.
She must have seduced him.
Seduction.
There must have been some seduction.
Oh, gosh. Eventually, Becky tells police what really happened. Oh. She finally comes clean. Between her story and what the police have figured out, this is what happened.
Okay.
Christopher had come to Becky's house, and he hid in his mama's bedroom, so no one else in the house would see that he was there.
Okay.
Right? Because you want to keep the innocent.
Wait, what do you mean he came to his mama's house? Wasn't he living there?
No, he lived somewhere different. He was older.
Oh.
Yeah.
You failed to mention this.
Well, when I said he went home, no, I hadn't gotten there. Ever.
Okay, I mean, fine.
Listen, drunk lady.
I know.
You're going to pick on that one
detail, and that's going to drive me insane.
So, okay. You keep interrupting to me. Baga! When she left, he went out and waited for Kay to leave because he knew Kay would leave to take her kids to school. When she was gone, he used a hammer and broke into Kay's house. Mm-hmm. The Parsons' house.
Parsonses.
Once he got inside, he staged the house to look like it had been burglarized. I wrote it had been burglary.
Burglarized. They burglaried it.
He waited for Kay to come back home, and when she walked in, Christopher snuck up on her and began hitting her with a hammer.
That's so mean.
Kay managed to run into the garage, but Christopher caught up with her. He continued to hit her with the hammer, but there was so much blood the hammer slipped out of his hand. There was, however, a baseball bat in close proximity, so he picked that up and finished it.
Guys, don't leave your baseball bats just out in the open in the garage. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I know, but most people
put them in a closet.
Yeah.
Don't make them accessible.
No, don't do it.
No.
Same with your tools, fellas.
Your tools.
Put
your tools away.
He left the Parsons' house and went to his house. Mm-hmm. Not his mama's house, but his
house.
Yes. And then he called his mama and said, come pick me up. So she said, I went and picked him up. And when he got in the car, there was blood on his face. And he said, I took care of everything. Then he also had blood on his clothes, of course. So he changes his clothes while he's still in her car.
In her car?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
These two are clowns.
Because the heat was on them. They thought they were going to try.
I thought you meant the heat was on.
The heat was on in the car. No, the heat, the police.
Yes, the po-po.
They were on them, questioning, snooping around. So they were like, we're going to throw them off, and we're going to stage this robbery. We just need a witness. So
get a witness.
Becky called a friend as she's leaving work.
Oh.
And then Christopher comes up to rob her.
Yeah.
And in all of the hoopty-ha of him pretending to rob her, he accidentally pulled the trigger on the gun and shot his mama in the leg.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, Mama.
These two are really clowns.
They are clowns.
They're dumb.
Right? Evidently, Becky had been encouraging Christopher for months to make Kay disappear. She really, laid it on thick, and he and his mom were really close.
Well, evidently, because she's pretty much saying, I want to go boink this man, and I need you to get rid
of... She kept saying everything's going to be so much better if David was with us and not with her, and just planting the seed and then helping it grow, I think.
I think it was poison ivy.
Whatever. Becky and Christopher were both charged with burglary, armed robbery, malice murder, and felony murder.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah. But the felony murder, you know what that means? The death penalty. That's right.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. As with a lot of cases, however, there was a plea agreement. I know. So no more death penalty. That makes me mad. Both of these idiots pled guilty to avoid the death penalty. They were both given life with no parole for murder.
Okay.
20 years for burglary.
Okay.
And life for armed robbery to be served consecutively.
That's the kind of judge I love.
That's the good
That's
kind.
the kind of judge I love.
That's the really good kind of judge.
I like them.
Yes.
I like them judges. They should teach classes to the other judges.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, we want you to do life, and then you're going to stay for another 20. Oh, and then you got to stay for life again.
Yeah, after you die, you got to come back for 20, and then after 20, you got to do another life.
Right. This is one of those, your dead body is going to be propped up in our jail for a long, long time.
Rotting.
In the dead body room.
In the dead body rotting room. Mm-hmm. Dead body rotting.
Yeah. So that is the sad story of Kay Parsons.
So did Kay...
Tragic end.
So Kay had kids.
Kay had one child, a son.
Oh, it's just ridiculous.
I know.
And then her poor husband, who just, he accidentally let that zipper fall one time, and then he invited evil into their home.
Yeah,
I don't...
Did you ever see Fatal Attraction?
That's true. This seems like that's what it was, but there was no bunny.
Well, we don't really know. But no, there was a Kay.
Right, yeah.
They killed the Kay.
They did kill her.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, well, that was very sad. R.I.P.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Kay.
R.I.P. Kay Parsons.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
Yeah.
Guys, this has been a shit show.
Really?
I feel like this has been a shit show.
Very, very rude.
This has been kind of a shit show.
I've made cupcakes and stuff them
like
with cream
the smell of them cupcakes.
Them with chocolate, and you're not getting a damn one.
I am getting a one.
A shit show.
I feel like it's been a shit show.
Why? Because you're drunk?
Because I'm drunk. I am drunk.
Right.
I'm as drunk as a drunk.
Right. You are drunk as a drunk.
So
I don't know how you're getting home, but
I don't
your husband's going to have to escort you.
I think my husband's going to have to come get me and escort me downstairs.
She can barely keep her eyes open.
I am having a real hard time, guys.
It's crazy.
But it's okay. We love the shit out of y'all.
We do.
We love you. We have social media.
We do.
We are on Instagram. It's really the only place you should come see us. You can come to the Facebook page, and that is a lot of fun.
It is.
It is a lot of fun.
I like the fan page because I
like the fan page.
I let you do the Instagram because we can't both do it.
No, we can't.
So I don't get to visit with people on the Insta.
That's true.
So come to the fan because I
come
like to
the
see
fan
too.
page and come to the Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram, it's at Sugar Coated Murder. Very easy to find. And on the flip side, on the Facebook fan page, it's Sugar Coated Murder. Sugar Coated Murder Podcast fan page group. It's a group.
Whatever. It's a group. Join it. We'll let
Join
you
it. We let everybody in because we...
Unless you're my mortal enemy, and then go fuck yourself. Oh, no, Mama.
That was Ann Varner.
Karen said that.
That was Ann Varner.
Karen, you stop that cussing.
You know that I didn't say that because I said the whole word.
Trout?
Trout's on my nerves, too. He's a shit show.
Sorry, Mama. It slips out sometimes when I drink.
Well, and also, if you're our mortal enemy, you're not listening to us anyway, so we don't give a shit.
Oh my God, that's true.
So
send us an email. We love email.
Please, because we just got email from Lauren, and that was so much fun because she was telling us about how she listened to the Ted Binion case, which is a case that she had sent to us to do.
Right.
And she said it was so much fun to listen to.
It was.
And I think she's coming to Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, because that's what we do. We invite people to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we do. And it looks like she's coming. So, but we love, hey, that's enough.
You're coming to Thanksgiving too, buddy.
Yeah, but he's going to be the butterball turkey.
Oh, Lord. Oh, our email address is murder.sugarcoated@gmail.com. You're such a witch.
I know.
Oh, speaking of witches, if you've got any suggestions for our upcoming Octoboo series.
Yeah, Octoboo is coming up soon.
Ghost stories.
And we go to locations that scare the pants off of us.
Spooky places. Oh, in the day that we
go. Yeah, we only go in the day. Don't be ridiculous. We're not going at night.
No, God,
Don't be silly. We're not.
No, because somebody said something about going to the Yorktown.
I'm not going there even during the day.
I know. I was like, I don't know that I can do that.
I'm not sure I can stand in the parking lot without being scared.
No. Oh, my God.
No, that's a no-go for us.
Well, pick something different.
Yeah, but pick something different,
please.
Don't
send us into another crypt. That was terrifying.
Oh, that was horrifying. But we did it.
We did it.
We did it.
But then we had to re-record the episode because of all
we had
the
a ghost in the
that
car.
came through, right, on the recording.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Send us suggestions.
We hope y'all are having a good life.
Have a good life. Your life is happy.
We want you to be happy and healthy, and
we have a lot of things going on.
We have so much going on. We have a lot of projects coming up. I got to tell you, the Killer Vanilla is almost ready.
Oh yeah,
we've got like maybe a month left.
I've been shaking the
sugar out of it. Yeah, so we're going to have a small batch that will be available. We'll let you know when it goes on sale. We're going to take pre-orders for it because it's not going to last long.
No, it won't.
But it will be ready by the holidays.
Yes.
So you can either gift it to yourself or to another person, or just do some holiday baking. Or multiple people. Yeah. Yeah, so that's fun. And we have a lot of fun things going on behind the scenes. So we'll keep you posted when we're allowed. right
exactly. You're going to want to know about it, though. It's very exciting.
Right now, we're unable to disclose.
Oh, my God, because we're so important.
No, we're not.
And as you can tell, I've rested my voice quite well.
And it hasn't helped.
It has not helped.
No.
So, back to the drawing board.
Whatever. All right, guys, stay sweet.
Yes, and don't murder.
If you kill people,
we will talk about you.
But we love you.
Goodbye.
Bye now.
This has been Sugar Coated Murder Podcast, a deliciously entertaining true crime podcast. Like what you heard? You can always explore past episodes by visiting sugarcoatedpod.com. Don't forget to like our Facebook fan page and share with friends. Thanks for listening to Sugar Coated Murder Podcast.